So this week we're going to expand off to a treat on the floor. So we're going to do a little exercise. You're going to show your dog a treat. You're going to put it on the floor, cover it up with your hand. You are going to tell them off just once. How many times are you going to tell them off? Once. They're trying to figure out how do they get that goodie that's under your hand. As soon as their nose backs away from this treat, good dog, take it. They get a treat from your other hand. So she's going to show them a treat. There's our off. Oh, he backed away real fast. Good. Oh, he is making it look easy. Good boy. All right, give him back. Try somebody else. So we are going to start making off a little bit harder. We talked a little bit about this last week, so this week we're going to practice, see if we can get some eye contact. So we are going to go back to off of a treat in your hand. When they back away, good dog. Good dog, what a good dog you are. You're being such a good dog. You are going to continue to praise until they offer you eye contact. So off means back away from the goodie. We've got that part down. Now it's going to be back away and look up to me. Give me some eye contact. You guys ready? All right, let's try. Off, when they back away, praise. Reward when they look up to you.
Off. You look at me.
So now I want one treat in front of the other behind me.
Okay.
Off of the treat that's close to me.
Okay. Got it. Off.
Praise. Did he look up?
Yeah. Off. Good girl, Ivy. Good girl. Oh, good boy. Off. Off. Good girl, Ivy. Good girl. Off. Off. Good girl, Ivy. Good girl, Ivy. Good job. Off. Good girl.
So they're doing really well with off of the treat in your hand with eye contact. Now, guess where we're going to move it? To the floor. So off of the treat on the floor, when they back away, good dog. And now they only get that food reward when they give you that eye contact.
I know. I sound like that. I don't know how to get it. Okay.
Take it, and I'm going to lure them away with a different treat. Off. Treat in your hand. Off. One away. Continue.
off. I've actually done it out with him where I've let him see it and everything, so I know he can do it. I think he's just like anxiety. Off. Good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy. Come on. Here. Off. Good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy. Good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy. Sit here. Good boy, good boy. Good boy, good boy.
As soon as he looks, then you can have it.
Okay.
If he's really quick, it goes your other hand. Try to put it right here.
Okay. Okay.
He's like, I don't think
Off.
I know. That's what we do. Off. Good girl. Good job. Good girl. Should we keep doing it? Off. Good girl. Good girl.
Nice job.
Off.
So now you're going to want to go home and use off for everything, and you may, just do not expect it to work, okay? They don't know off of the mulch, they don't know off of the sock or the dryer sheet or the kitchen counter or the 3-year-old down the street. They haven't had any practice in those circumstances yet, so their off skills are really limited to a treat in your hand and a treat on the floor. We are going to work on coming when called. Whose dog comes when you call them? Sometimes. Yeah, all right. And that's pretty typical. I want you to think of come from your dog's perspective, because often come means the end of fun. And who wants the end of fun? Think of it, all right? Rover, come, you're going into the crate, I have to go to work. Rover, come, you're not supposed to eat that, I'm taking this away. Rover, come in from the backyard, the party is over, there's no more landscaping to be done, okay? So if come means the end of fun, who wants to come when you call them? We start first with getting their attention. If you say their name and you can't get them to turn and look at you, don't bother saying the word, because if they're not going to turn and look, they're probably not going to come when you call them. Okay? So we go back to that name means look at me exercise from week 1. Rover, if they turn and look, good dog, come. If they don't, boop, 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 Rover. If they still don't look, you're going to reach out and touch them, get their attention. Hey, remember me. Now that they're looking, good dog, come. Take a couple steps back. Get excited. You backing up tells your dog to go this way. So it's Rover, good dog, come. Yay, what a good puppy, nice job. You're going to bring them in right here, nice and close. You're going to grab the collar. Once you've got the collar, you give them the treat. After they eat the treat, you give your release word and let go. What is Louie's release word? Done? Okay, so Amanda's going to take the leash, and she's going to give him enough leash to get distracted, but not enough to go visiting his neighbors. I might need to distract him a little bit. Hey, doggy. There you go. She says his name. He didn't look right away. That's okay. She added a little noise. When he turned and looked, good boy, come. She took those couple steps back, brought him in nice and close, grabbed the collar. He ate the treat, done, and let go. Let's do one more, please. Don't give him back quite yet. He's like, oh, that was exciting. Oh. Hey, doggy. Louie. Look at that. He comes in nice and close. She grabs the collar. He gets the treat. All done, and let go. Now, the reason we do that collar grab is to prevent the flyby. Have you guys seen the flyby? Have you had it? Okay. Here I come and there I go. So part of come is come and I'm going to hang on to you. Okay? That's why we want to do that collar grab. You hang on to the collar for the duration it takes them to eat that treat. So give it a couple seconds. Let them finish chewing and then release word and let go. If your dog ignores you, what do you do? So, Amanda, I'm going to be Amanda's dog. Sarah. She says my name, and I'm going to ignore her. She's going to add a little noise. Nope, not going to happen. So now she's got to really work to get my attention. So she's going to walk up the leash, hand over hand. Say, hey, remember me? She's going to reach out. Oh, yes. And now she's going to call me, okay? So if they don't turn and look, you are not fishing tonight. There's no doggy fishing. As tempting as it is to reel them in, I do not want you to do so, okay? Because most of their life, you don't need come when they're on leash. You need it when they're off leash, right? want you to realize that come is not an option. If you call your dog to you and they blow you off, you have to go get them. Because if you don't follow through, they will learn very quickly it's optional, okay? So if you're not prepared to follow through and go get them, don't say it. They will learn really quickly to ignore it. Coming in means all the fun is over. So sometimes we recommend actually teaching a different word that means from the backyard, come into the house. So my first 2 dogs, the word was inside. I would open the door, I would yell their names and say inside. That meant whatever you're doing, come into the house. You teach it just like you do with come, except you bring them in the house, you hand them a cookie, and you open the door and send them right back out. And they're gonna go, what is this craziness? I come into the house, I get a cookie, and then I get to go back to chasing the bunnies that I was chasing before. This is pretty awesome. We are going to talk about walking. Walking is one of the hardest things to teach your dog to do. It is not natural for them to be tethered to a human with a piece of nylon or leather. There's nothing instinctual about that for them, okay? So it takes a lot of patience and a lot of practice to teach a dog to walk nicely on leash. I want you to think about what side you want your dog to walk on. Do you want them on your right side or do you want them on your left side? If you're going to do a lot of trail walking or hiking, I'd have them walk on the right. That way there's always you in between whoever's coming toward you, okay? In between your dog and that person. If you're going to do competition obedience or show your dog, they need to walk on the left. Other than that, it's whatever you guys are comfortable with, okay? But I want you to pick a side and stick with it. I want you to be aware of how you're hanging on to the leash. We have a habit often, especially with our big dogs, to do one of these, okay, and wrap it. I do not want you wrapping the leash. If your dog catches you off guard, takes you down, you can really get hurt. There's been many cases across the country of people with dislocated shoulders, damaged elbows, broken wrist, hand, fingers. The number 1 rule with walking, if they pull, you stop. You get their attention, you bring them back to your side, and then you start walking again. So we teach what's called a swing. So my pretend dog walks on the right, so my leash is in my left hand. My pretend dog has pulled and is now in front of me. So I need to get them from here back to here. So I'm gonna pull out a treat. I get my dog's attention, I'm gonna show them the treat, and I'm gonna have their nose facing me. I'm gonna take a step back with my right foot, I'm gonna swing them out and turn them toward me and step forward. So I'm luring them around with a treat, and I'm making the motion of like a fish hook J, okay? They're doing all the work, we're in the same spot. So we're gonna show you what it looks like. I think Hans needs a job. All right, so Hans is gonna walk on the right. So leash in the left hand, treat in the right. We are gonna start with him in front. Treat at the nose, here's our swing. She steps back with her right foot. Dun, 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 steps forward, there he is. When he's next to her, that's when that hand stops moving. We'll do another one. We're gonna start with him in front. So she's facing him. Steps back with the right foot. Swings him out. He's in slow motion, there we go. Turns him toward her. That's where that hand stops and he gets the goodie. Okay? Look at how nice and close he is. That's where we want him. What do you guys think? I want you to have that leash, hand through the handle. It's accordioned up. They get enough leash. When they're next to you, it should be nice and loose. If they pull, you stop, okay? Start with them in front and try that swing. Let's give it a try. So what we just worked on is called a swing. That's what it's going to be labeled on your homework. So when you see that, that's getting your dog from in front to the side that you want them to walk on. This week, I want you to get really comfortable with that motion. Next week, we're going to put it all together and we're going to do some more walking. But this week, leash in one hand, treat in the other, being able to get them from in front of you to that side. Have a fantastic evening. Drive safe, and we will see you guys next Thursday. Nice job, you guys.